What's going on, guys? My name is Rumble Skrash. In today's video we're going to be talking about how to build a defense team. So in this video basically we're going to be aiming to build a defense team that can face the quick team with Akainu and Kaido. So this is going to be a complicated challenge. I have been trying teams and a lot of variations for a while. So my goal was to basically use the potential that Blackbeard has. So this Blackbeard is actually amazing. His passive is not that important. You can max it or not. Like, I'm running a little bit low on deck scroll, so I decided to wait a little bit till I level it up more. But yeah, I mean, it's not that important, but the special actually is massive. So he will target all enemies for HP 35% reduction, so that's really good. Not as good of a health cut as Legend Whitebeard, which is one of the best health cut in the game. But then he will target strength and quick type enemies for 2000 damage and defense down level 4. So that's immediately amazingly good. So, and this is gonna be a really important special to use in our team. So basically, yeah, that's gonna be Blackbeard. And I wanted to use also the versus Ace because everyone is talking about versus Akainu, but I do think that versus Ace has a lot of potential and can do a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, like his passive is a strength based unit, and he at least buffs himself and maybe some other unit in your team, as you're gonna be seeing. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of potential of a strength team, like doing a little bit of arrangements to face, for example, some side teams or something like that. But against Quick, it's a little bit harder because Quick resists a lot of of strength damage. But not only that, versus a kind of focuses a lot on on strength, and actually strength doesn't have a lot of defensive units. Ace is a very good example of, because he gives defense up level 3 to strength. But also another unit that's really good, it's PvP Law. He's a very amazing unit too, and he also buffs not only the defense by level 3 but also the HP, so that's immediately amazingly good, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with that. But with that said, let's talk about the actual team. So this is gonna be the team. Like, I have tried a lot of variations of this team. This seems to be one of the best of the teams that I have tried, but there could possibly be better variations. But yeah, so first of all, before I start, I want to say that this is a defense team video. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing that I beat some quick teams, or I'm gonna be showing you some match results in which I'm beating quick teams. But this is definitely not gonna be like, oh, this is a counter to the quick team, because you can still lose. But a lot of the times you can actually get a win. So if you put that as a defense, I do think that can work amazingly well. Also, another thing is, this team actually looks nothing like the current meta that we have. So it's a very good team to bait people into attacking, because they don't really know what it's about. It's not a dex team, it's not a side team, it's not a quick team, it's not a slasher team that everyone is putting, or even a driven team or a in team. Like, it's none of that. So it's a little bit of a weird team, and really weird. So I think that's a good example. And also, not being an 8-man team can help with that defense team. So let's actually talk about how the team is gonna be working. So basically, the main idea is we have this Usopp here in the middle. We want him to die before he activates. That's very important. He's gonna be giving special city up level 5 to all our teams. We don't care about the special. I have it a little bit leveled up just because because it doesn't cost that much to actually level some the first levels of the special of a unit of cost 20. But yeah, the main thing is that Usopp actually gives special city up level 5 to all our teammates, so that's gonna be very good. And also, it's a very good combo, because when he dies, he will have charged his special faster, which is a 35-second cooldown, so hopefully he will not activate. And then hopefully Legend Blackbeard will come in fully max from the bench, and he will come in fully max earlier than he would have without that special city up of Usopp. So yeah, apart from that, Usopp is also giving special city up to the rest of the units, not just himself, and that's gonna be really good. We have Rayleigh for defense, Ivankov for defense to our important units, because in this particular team, Roger is not that important in the late game. Like, he's good if he activates, is very good. If he can activate twice, that's very good. But yeah, so the main idea of Roger is to give us early defense and speed, and that's gonna be it. If we manage to make him last longer in the match, it's good. He's in a very protected spot because we want both Rayleigh and Ace to be under 60%, but that's the only reason. So yeah, the only thing that has that this team has is that we want Ace to be under the 60% because on a 25-second cooldown, he will buff his own attack by level 7, and then he will deal to enemies on a large range. That's a radial range, so it's a very, very good range for 2 times attack. But then if his HP is below 60%, he will actually target all enemies guaranteed, and he will not miss for a 2 times attack extra. So that's going to be 4 times attack almost all the time to most of the units. And not only that, but he's buffing his own attack by level 5, strength teammates attack by level 5, and attack up level 7 when he activates special. So that's gonna be at least attack up level 17. So he's basically kind of self-sufficient in that sense, in the sense of dealing the damage with his own special, not in terms of speed or something, but he also buffs his own defense, so that's very, very good. So Ace is really, really good unit. The only problem with that is that we're running Usopp, so he buffs the special CT, and that could be a problem or not. So the thing is, normally we're going to be seeing that Ace activates once before Blackbeard has activated, and then hopefully once Blackbeard has activated, if it happens, then the second round of Ace is going to be finishing the enemy team, or if not, maybe the Soul Mask will, or maybe even some fixed damage of Roger and Rayleigh. So that's going to be the main idea, but that special of Blackbeard is basically what's important to this team. There could be some occasions in which we win regardless of the special of Blackbeard, but it's gonna be a weird case. So let's actually start with the matches, and I'm gonna be trying to find a quick team with both Kaido and versus Akainu. So, and we're gonna be seeing how it goes. So let's see. This one, the combat power doesn't look that good, but let's see if the units are actually max. Yeah, actually both of these units I think are limit break expanded. The thing is that he probably has some extra. Well, the Queen is not max, but let's see the difference. He will buff his own defense by a little bit less, but that's not really that game changing, and he will deal a little bit less damage. But well, let's see if the other units. Bellamy, it's an important one. Okay, no, so I won't be facing this one. Let's see if I can find a quick team that's fully maxed. If not, I will be right back. So I have managed to find an actual fully maxed quick team. It's gonna be a Tesoro variation, so that can be good and bad at the same time, because the fact that we have Roger giving us early defense means that if the Kaido and Akainu activate on the first 30 seconds, which they can definitely do, then we will have that defense of Roger, which is gonna be really helpful. Now, against the quick team, with both Kaido and versus Akainu, I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen like that, but it's a little bit better for us if first the Akainu activates and then the Kaido, for 2 reasons. The first one is that, of course, the Akainu is gonna not benefit from the defense down of Kaido, even though the defense down of Kaido is only 5 seconds. But apart from that, it's gonna be because of that 30% health cut. It's gonna put Rayleigh under the 60% a lot of the times, and unluckily it didn't put Ace under the 60%, so we're gonna get the two activation of the damage. But as I said, that is a very possible outcome, and you should be taking into consideration that. But the important thing is we can get Ace to survive for the second round of special. So let's see. Actually, it's a little bit unfortunate that the Usopp actually activated. Yeah, I know that Usopp is getting buffed by the defense of Ace, but most of the time that doesn't happen. But I mean, if the enemy hasn't killed Usopp yet, it means that it won't, probably, because, well, maybe here, but I don't think so. So, well, yeah, it did, but actually we will still get the special of Blackbeard, and we should be getting the special of Blackbeard and then the special of Ace, which should be doing a lot of work for us. So let's see how it works. We are charging the special of Soba Mask, so it's all good from there. Yeah, it's true that the team we're facing, it doesn't have the best bench, I mean, but it was just to show and start to show you the potential of this team, and we're just gonna finish probably all the enemy units with the special of Ace, because he's under the 60%. We don't really care about that Ivankov anymore, but at least he's debuffing the attack up from Kaido, And yeah, that's gonna be it. We only needed even just one activation, but we could have dealt way more damage with that. We could have finished a PvP Whitebeard if he was there probably, and something like that. And then with the Soul Mask, of course, we would have finished the remaining units. But yeah, so that was the first match. I didn't go up against a fully stacked bench because I wanted to show you a little bit how this team performed. It's a little bit unfortunate that the first match that I recorded, the Usopp activated, because that could happen, but like it's a very very weird possibility. So I hope that now that I said that, in the second match, if I can find a team, a quick team, it doesn't happen. It looks to be kind of max. Let's see if the units are actually max, the important units. Let's see, hopefully this Bellamy is max too. Yeah, and probably this one quite max, not completely max. So it's a better bench than the previous one. But let's see if we can face it. But I'm gonna be trying to find also some fully max quick team with the full bench and everything. But yeah, this is what I can find. I'm not really that high ranked, so because I have been trying a lot of teams and I have been losing a lot of matches because I have been trying a lot of weird variations like the one I'm running, and this is the one that worked the best. So yeah, I'm not that high ranked, so it's a little bit hard sometimes to find fully max quick teams, so I'm going up against the ones that I can find. But yeah, these ones seem to be working really good. As you can see, the Usopp is really low on HP already, and that's the normal thing. In the previous match, something weird happened, and well, he didn't get targeted by the special of Kaido and Akainu. But yeah, as you can see, Usopp died, and now we will get pretty max Blackbeard, not completely max, but as you can see, we're going to be getting the first activation of Ace, and it's going to be a double activation. We're going to be dealing a lot of damage, but they still have a lot of defense, so they can tank that pretty easily. I mean, not easily, but yeah, they can tank that pretty well. But the important thing is going to be the special of the Blackbeard, and well, the Roger is going to help, but it would have been nice if the Roger could have activated after the Blackbeard, so that would have meant that we would have been able to deal a lot of damage. So yeah, let's see. And the Ace doesn't die, and we're gonna get the special of Blackbeard, which is gonna be really good. And maybe even with the special of Rayleigh, we're gonna be able to start finishing some units, like for example the Akainu, if we are able to before he activates. But no, it looks like he's gonna be activating. We managed to kill. Oh, okay. We managed to kill Akainu, and now we're gonna kill probably Kaido. Yes. And well, we're gonna have to tank some special, but as you can see, the defense is not looking bad at all because really such a good unit. We're gonna have to tank a special here. Probably Ace will die. Okay, he won, and then he will just destroy the enemy unit. So as you can see, it worked really well. And yeah, we only lost Usopp, so both of these matches were not really close because the enemy team probably didn't have the best bench. But yeah, the main team was the same, so it was a Tesoro variation with Bellamy. I think that's one of the strongest teams because the quick team right now with Kaino and Kaido needs some kind of defense down extra. So when Legend Magellan comes, that's gonna be the best way to go. But for now, we have Bellamy, which is still an amazing unit, and is also buffing the HP of driven units, and that is actually really helpful because both Kaido and Akainu and Queen are driven, apart from Tesoro if you're running Tesoro too. So yeah, let's try to find a third match. Maybe this time we can find a better quick team. I mean, in terms of the bench. But yeah, so as you could see, both of these teams perform really well. I would not say that is a counter, even though you're seeing that it performs really well right now. But as you can see, in the first match, something weird happened with special of Usopp because he actually managed to activate. And in this second match, it was a little bit it could happen, but the Ace activated really close from my Blackbeard entering the match. So and then he was really low on HP. He managed to survive. It was a little bit weird. It was not the best representation of the outcome of these matches, but well, in both of them I managed to get the win. So even in some kind of not ideal situations in which you don't manage to get the second activation of Ace, not right after because it's not really possible, but well, it's possible, but it's hard that it happens. But if you do not get the special of Ace, the second special of Ace, right after the Blackbeard or after the Blackbeard, you can still win with specials of fixed damage, normal attacks, and everything. And yeah, so Actually, this is actually a better quick team. I do not think it's the best one. I mean, in terms of the bench, because it has Nekomamushi and Ivankov. Maybe I'm gonna be trying to find some other weird teams, quick teams, sorry, and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so this is a much better quick team. It's not the perfect one with a PvP Whitebeard on the bench, but we're gonna have to settle for this Kamazo, which is kind of leveled up, so that could be quite good. Let me see what he actually does. Well, it's some damage dealer, so it's not bad, and this passive is just attack up too quick. So not bad. It's like a bench nuke, like not as strong as PvP Whitebeard, but it still has some very good units in the bench, like Solo Mask and B3 Kuzan. So we're gonna be going up against this one. So it's the quick team. In terms of the main team, it's the variation that doesn't have a Tesoro or B3 Kuzan and has both Ivankov and Bellamy. So is actually a pretty good team. I mean, I really like it because it's a lot of defense and a lot of defense down and a lot of damage. But yeah, I would normally prefer to use some Tesoro and something like that. But if I did not run a Tesoro, that would be probably my second option, because the fact that you can put a legend on the bench, it's really strong, and you can do some pretty good stuff with that. So yeah, let's see how it's going. So the Bellamy activates. It's not that big of a problem, but yeah, I mean, it means that our units are gonna be taking a little bit more, well, kind of way more damage, but maybe they don't get to benefit from that. So the Kaido will probably activate. Okay, no, he was not ready just by for one moment. And yeah, so we're gonna be getting actually the special of Usopp, so that's kind of unfortunate. But well, I mean, we had bad RNG in that sense, but we have good RNG in this sense because we get a double activation of Ace, even though they had a lot of defense and they managed to tank it pretty well. And they are also going to be getting the special of Akainu first and then the Kaido, so that's good because it means that we're going to get the defense from Rayleigh. And Usopp finally dies. Unfortunately, our Blackbeard comes in not at all max. It's really unfortunate, but let's see if my Ace can actually manage to survive that. He can't, but well, we will get the special of, well, not a special, but we will get Solo Mask, and hopefully he can actually chart the specials together with Blackbeard and do some cool stuff, because we're gonna be getting the special of Rayleigh here. So that's gonna be, even though if Rayleigh dies, it's gonna be giving some defense to our teammates, and that's gonna be really helpful. So I don't think that's looking quite good, to be honest. Maybe if our Blackbeard doesn't die here with the special of Kuzan, we can do some stuff. I mean, it's special bind, but it's not that big of a deal. Just 10 seconds and he wasn't even going to activate. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna be having double activation of Solo Mask here. Okay, that's unfortunate. So yeah, we just died, but yeah, it can happen. So I'm happy that actually we died, because yes, I mean, yeah, most of the times if you lose against the quick team, it's gonna look like that. Yeah, like it's either gonna be like a very bad RNG, well, not bad RNG, but it's gonna be a very close RNG based team um, with just like 1-2 units remaining, or it's gonna be something like that where you cannot manage to activate your Blackbeard and then the enemy units are quite okay. And yeah, but you saw that the first two matches were working quite well. Let's see if I can find some other fourth match. and and well, I think 4 matches, or depending on the outcome, maybe 5. It's gonna be good to represent this team, because we got 2 wins, 1 loss, and maybe we're gonna get another win. Maybe we're gonna get another loss. For what I have seen, it's close to 1 in 3, 1 loss every 3 matches. But I think I would say it's like more on the positive end, mostly if you're going up against not fully maxed quick teams. So yeah, and not everyone has a fully maxed quick team, so that's good also for a defense. But it normally performs like 1 in 3. It's close to a 60% win rate, so it's not a counter. I mean, maybe you could use it in terms of attacking teams, like I'm doing right now. But yeah, in terms of the defense, it's I think it's really good win rate like that, because it's not quote unquote scary, because it's not similar to any meta teams that people are familiar with. Also, one thing to mention: if you're using this team as a defense, you have to change the order. I will show it before I end the video, because the order and positioning of the units in an attacking team and in a defense team changes. So that's very important to know. And yeah, I will show you now in the end of the video the order and positioning of the units that you should be using. But yeah, mainly Usopp should be in the first one, that's very important, and then Rayleigh, and then Ace, but I'm gonna be showing you after. So if I don't find a quick team now, I'm gonna be right back. So I managed to find a fully maxed quick team. It is the Tesoro variation. Maybe it's not the best bench. It would have been good to have a PP Whitebeard there. But, well, I mean, it is what it is, because it's kind of hard to find fully maxed quick teams right now, as you guys saw. But yeah, well, this is what we get. It is actually not using Treasure Map Queen, but it's using the Vankov instead, which is not a bad option. There's a little bit more tankier version, but well, it has a little bit less damage, but the damage of Kaido and Akainu is already really high, so you shouldn't really be worrying about that much. So looks like we're gonna be getting the special of Ace, which is not gonna be dealing a lot of damage, but maybe just a little bit, and we are a little bit closer of killing that Bellamy, which is nice, because if the Bellamy doesn't activate again, it would be cool, because that means less defense down. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that the Akaido activated before the versus Akainu, so that means that he got to deal way more damage than he would to the Rayleigh. But apart from that, yeah, the Bellamy will not activate now. We will get the activation of Blackbeard actually, and then an activation hopefully of Roger. So that is gonna be really good if that happens, and hopefully I hope it will. But yeah, and if not, we are hopefully gonna get the activation of versus Ace the next time that he attacks, whenever he is charged. So it could be cool to get the fixed damage of Rayleigh, because it could be killing some units, maybe not a lot, but the Tesoro at least, or units like that. But we're gonna be getting the special of Ace, and you're gonna be seeing the potential of this unit. And as you guys saw, a full wipeout of 5 units, so the whole enemy board is wiped out from the bench, so that's immediately really good. And it wouldn't have actually mattered that much if it had been a PP Whitebeard or not. And look, once the Rayleigh activates, we have really high defense values, so we are kind of really tanky, surprisingly enough, with such a weird team. And now it's just a matter of my Soul Mask activating, and actually we kill with an Ivankov, which is kind of ironic, but yeah. So that's gonna be it for today. And yeah, this is gonna be the fourth match, so this is gonna be the last one that we actually deal. And now we're gonna be I am gonna be showing you some screenshots of results, and yeah. So here we have the team beating not really high stat team, but it had a B3 Zoro on the bench, so yeah, but it was not really that high stat. If you look at the combat power, it was non-Tesoro and non-B3 Kuzen variation. Then we have another of the same thing, but this time it was maxed, and we still got the win. Another maxed one with not the ideal bench, but this time it was against the Tesoro variation, and it was kind of close, but it worked well. Here another not really max one, but it had a Tesoro, and we just lost Usopp, so that's good. Here we have an actual match that is lost, but it can happen. I wanted to show you also some losses, because it's not all the time wins. And here we have actually against a fully maxed team with a B3 Zoro on the bench, and it was a Tesoro variation with Stasi, so that's good. And here we have another fully maxed variation with a Dofi in the last spot, which is kind of surprising. I would have used some other unit, but it's a good option nonetheless. And yeah, we managed to get the win too. If you look at the combat power, it's fully maxed, and this is gonna be the last match that we actually show. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this defense team. And by the way, now that I'm mentioning it's a defense team, as I said, I wanted to mention that the order is very important in the defense team. So if you're using this team as a defense, Usopp should be here in the first spot, and then Rayleigh. And I think Ace should be kind of in the middle. And the order of these two units, it doesn't really matter. Maybe the Ace should be a little bit more protected so that he can survive, because either way he will not get under the 60% most of the times on the first activation. So maybe you want to keep him safe for the second activation, where he will be most likely under the 60% mark. But it's your decision. I was using it like that and it worked quite well, but maybe it could work a little bit better. But yeah, the important thing is the Blackbeard and the Ace, and the Roger can help too. But yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this defense team, and if you're thinking of trying it. I do not really know how it performs in the defense, because one, I'm not really high ranked, and two, I just put this team as a defense today, so I cannot really say. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it performs this championship. And yeah, so without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.